What's going on, guys? This is Vinny, also known as 8-Figure Vision. And if you've done any research last year, you've probably seen that there are many people who are making money online by investing in many different markets. Now, I understand that it can be quite overwhelming to identify how to essentially get started, which market makes most sense, what the ROI is, and all of that can create a little bit of apprehension. So I'm gonna break down into 3 different markets specifically. That way you can get a bigger sense of which are gonna be the most popular markets that people are gonna be utilizing this year. And the first one I would talk about here is the Forex market, guys. What is the Forex market? Or Forex, which is short for foreign exchange? Well, it is the trading of one currency for another. The foreign exchange market is open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And for that reason, well, there's an estimated $6.6 trillion that is transacted per day in this financial market. Guys, that is transacted amongst local, national, international banks and individuals such as you and I. Where interestingly enough, 20 years ago, only those international banks had access to trade in the Forex market. But thanks to the advent of technology, now the average person can start trading Forex right on their phone with the broker of their choice. So essentially, guys, now what kind of currencies are we talking about here? Well, we're talking about currencies that pertain to a particular country. So, and I will guarantee you that at some point in your life, you have experienced or been involved in the foreign exchange market somehow. For example, I recently visited Dominican Republic, and when I went to the Dominican Republic, I had to exchange my US dollars for the Dominican pesos. And those Dominican pesos, there was a specific value to it. So for every dollar that I gave to the exchange, I received 37 Dominican pesos. So you could imagine with $100, I was living pretty good in the Dominican Republic. So if you've ever traveled internationally, then you would have participated in the Forex market. But now you get to participate in it directly from your phone. Now, the next market is the cryptocurrency market. And if you've heard anything over the past 10 years, you've seen the popularity that it's had. And there are many reasons why. And I'll go over that with you. Well, what is a cryptocurrency? Cryptocurrency, they're digital currencies. They're difficult to counterfeit. They're not issued by any central authority. They're less susceptible to any type of interference or manipulation. And their transaction processing times are a lot quicker. So those are many reasons why not only individuals, but even institutions, banking institutions and larger companies are now very interested in using cryptocurrencies for purchasing checkouts, for transfers, because you can, from here in New York, send money to someone all the way in Bangladesh and have that person receive those funds for much less money than doing a wire or other traditional forms of transfers in...
No se preocupen, Speedy González se los trae. ¡Yepa, yepa, y arriba, arriba! ¡Ándale, arriba, arriba, yepa!
A much shorter time around. So, guys, that's another plus for cryptocurrencies. Now, you can also trade in the cryptocurrencies, the thousands of cryptocurrencies that exist in the markets, also right on your phone online. Now, I left it for last, but definitely not the least, also is the stock market. Now, the stock market is probably the most well-known and the most popular. And what is it? Just for those of you who don't know, well, the stock market is the selling and buying of pieces of companies. So the stock market is transacted typically between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. And typically now, because of that same reason, it isn't as liquid as the foreign exchange market, or essentially as the cryptocurrency market, about $80 billion are estimated to be transacted per day in the stock market. So looking at the different availability times, you can determine which one makes sense with your schedule. If you're working 60, 100 hours a week and you're working 9 to 5, well, maybe the stock market isn't a good one for you to get involved in. Maybe it's crypto, where you can, crypto, even if you're working 100 hours a week, this market is open
24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
So it's literally open day after day, year after year. So so these are the differences in the three. Now you're probably wondering, hey, if I were to get involved in this, like how much would I have to invest? How much do I have to get started? Well, I'm not here to give financial advice, but I do know that there are different barriers to entry or different prices to get involved in the Forex, crypto, or stock market. And you can do your own research and find different brokers that work for you, and depending on which market you want to get involved in. But what I found is that Forex is typically the lowest barrier to entry. There are some brokers out there where you can get involved with as little as $20.
Say what?
Same thing in the cryptocurrency market. You can find a cryptocurrency that you like and you can buy it virtually at any price. And then the stock market is typically a little bit more, it requires a bit more capital to get started. You have to go through a registered broker, and typically you need significantly more capital. So depending on where you are, guys, depending on which one makes most sense for you, these are three markets that have already been validated to help a lot of people make money online. It has for me and a lot of my other associates. So if you have any questions, guys, feel free to reach out to me. My name is Vinny again, and this is 8 Figure Vision. Talk soon. Until next time.